should we do the collective reading for everybody?
Yeah, that'd be great. See what's coming up. I know we got some big astrology shifts coming with the North and South node. Like, I don't know a whole lot about astrology, but from what I'm gathering, it's almost like an internal pole shift. Like, we're going to have this, I don't know, are they flipping like 180? Because I know, like, I think the North node's going into Aries and the South node's going into something. And apparently it's going to be a big deal, an opportunity to like shed a big skin and let go of these old patterns that aren't really serving us.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously we're about to have the Cancer new moon on the 22nd, which is just around the corner. And that goes right along with it. And we're on the last week now of Cancer season. We're about to go into Leo season. And then, of course, right around when we have the Cancer new moon, we have Venus retrograde finally. So it's definitely like we're in it. We're just like we're in the crux of the shifting. Like last week was really quiet. But actually, it is a energy. What I'm kind of feeling is it's just so hermit-like. You've got the Cancer energy, which is the hermit crab, and it is very like internal energy that we're processing a lot. And there's a lot of seclusion and inclusion going on. And unless, of course, you're feeling this outward activating energy of Mars and Virgo, it's interesting. I've got 2 Virgos in my family and 2 water signs. So the water signs are like hunkering down, Harry Potter movies nonstop. I've got Band-Aids because I'm nursing my oldest child. Band-Aids, Neosporin, Harry Potter, just treats all day long, chocolate milk. And the other half of my family, the Virgos who have Mars and Virgo, are like, I got the little one, she's learning a cheer. She's never done cheerleading in her entire life. She's doing lifts, cheers, somersaults, all kinds of stuff. And of course, Brian, as a lot of you are starting to finally hear about, is building us the tarot hut. So with the Mars and Virgo, there's like a lot of attention to detail and very specifics and getting things perfect. You know, there's that kind of energy going on with both of them. So we have in our house both things going on. So it really depends on your specific astrology. But I think for the collective, we're going to see a lot of licking old wounds going on, especially with Cancer being so nostalgic, known as being the nurturer or the mother. There's that element going on. So some of you may be finding yourselves nurturing another person's journey. That could be happening, or your own past. And what came up in my reading yesterday, because I did a Cancer new moon reading yesterday on YouTube, was really interesting. It was like healing something that has taken you lifetimes of repetition, and it finally concluding in this life. So that happening like now. So that was really cool to see. And that was coming up a lot, especially with relationships. So should we crack at it and see?
Yeah, I heard Earth called their relationship school. The school of relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How not to be a toxic partner.
Well, are they toxic, or are they just reflecting our own toxicity?
Yeah.
What we're not like wanting to feel inside, and they help us feel it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Are they toxic, or are they our helpers?
Well, that's the thing is, whenever I meet someone that starts telling me how toxic their exes are and this and that, like being a single guy, and I meet someone, it hasn't happened as much now, but when they're like kind of bad mouthing their ex all the time, I'm like, that's like a big red flag for me, that maybe it's not the ex's fault entirely, that there's some other stuff going on there. And especially if it's the same, I don't know why this keeps showing up. And it's like, well, I probably do, but yeah. And so and anybody I date too, I'd really try to pay attention to what they're reflecting to me. And it's been a good process to do that. So you want to go first? See what comes through, or you want me to?
Sure. Okay. I'm actually going to use Lisa Royal Holt's deck, because she obviously has a close relationship with her galactic guides, and she wrote this deck with her guides. It's called Galactic Heritage Cards. But what's cool about this deck is that it tells us the roots of the wounds that we're working with. So, and sometimes it can be really helpful to know the deep, deep roots of something, so that we can really understand it on a new level. and be inspired to integrate it and to understand it and to digest it in new ways. So let me see right now for the collective what's coming up from our star ancestry, since our topic today is galactic families. Wow, of course, that's so interesting. I hope you guys can see this, but if you can't, it says number 25, which is a 7, but it says alone time. And this is Vega, and it says present. Okay, so with her deck, it'll either say past, present, or future. She also has parallel in here. But it is referring to the time the species was in as they were ascending. So first era is when they were really young, like the mentality of children is kind of how she puts it. The second era is when they were starting to heal and integrate and starting to wake up slowly. And that means present. And this says present. So this is very synonymous with where we're at as Earth, ascending from 3D to 5D, or what she calls third density to fourth density consciousness. It doesn't mean Vega people or species are still in this place. It just means when they were, they're matching us right now. Where we're at as a growing and evolving Earth is what this card is referring to, when they were in the same place and growing through the same growing pains as we are right now. So this says alone time number 25. And I'm going to look in the book because she has incredible stories about our star ancestry, so we get more of an idea. So ancient Vegans were solitary beings. They often spent large amounts of time alone in quiet contemplation as a way to remain centered, so that they had enough energy to be of service to their community. In current times, most people don't create the space to have this alone time that is so very vital to their well-being. Take a look at your need for this essential quiet time alone. So again, we have this hermit crab energy of the Cancer season. Give it to yourself, not only for rest or activities that recharge you, but to look deep within yourself and work on your inner challenges. This is a fundamental need of all humans. This can no longer be ignored. So that is what we're getting right off the bat, is it's time to go within. And 7 usually means a number, like in numerology, referring to self-assessment or spiritual assessment. It's usually one of those numbers that points us in.
Cool. So maybe pull a couple of cards. I like the Rider-Waite deck when I'm like kind of feeling like my mind could go and pull stuff rather than my intuition. And I do want to pull something from the 4-hexa deck too, which is the deck that kind of freaks me out a little in like a healthy way. All right, sweet, cool. So that helps. So I asked, what's the truth about what we need to know about what's going on the planet at this moment? And I got the devil reversed. So the lesser energy of the devil. And I'm reading this as like a liberation. Like if you were to turn this card upside down, the chains fall off the neck of the humans there, because the chains are always loose. It's just this perceived hell that we're in, this perceived domination and control. And so also the 6 of Cups, which to me always represents like that childhood energy, the experiences from the past, like you were talking about, maybe many lifetimes with this experience and how things have played out. And I didn't always like that card when I was doing my 24-hour spread years ago when I was pulling tarot all the time. Because I had so much in my childhood that I didn't enjoy. There was some good stuff, but there was a lot I just really did not enjoy. And that goes along with that devil and this idea that I was being oppressed and people were taking advantage of me. And a lot of it was my perception, but there was a truth to it. And then the King of Pentacles, which to me represents our own authority. Like, as we do this work, as the chains fall off and we see the devil for what it is, and we reclaim our childhood, in a sense, our ability to be innocence, in the world, and to enjoy life, and to have that sovereignty, to have that freedom to do as we choose, as we see fit, to have the resources. And that golden scepter, this was gifted to me by Thoth. And Thoth is one of the beings I had a hard time connecting with at first, because a lot of his information and energy has been used to manipulate humans straight out. That's basically what has been happening. And but he gifted me, I worked through that, and I saw it's how I meet him, how I approach the Naturu, how I work with these energies of in my heart. And they tested me because they wanted to make sure I wasn't going to do that stuff in this lifetime, because other lifetimes I'd played that game and it wasn't to be done again. And I don't really want to anyway, because I see it for what it is. But he gifted me this golden scepter for when I often feel like I'm not good enough, that no matter how hard I try, no matter how much I do, it falls flat, or people don't really acknowledge it or recognize it or see the value in it. And even like when we do these YouTube videos, maybe like 20 people see it, and that's great. I appreciate 20 people seeing it. And the people that show up is so awesome to have that love and support, and that they genuinely show up. And that's what I work with, is that gratitude. But there's another part of me is like, God, when am I actually going to accomplish something in the world? And am I ever going to amount to anything? And so that's what that scepter represents, is that you are worthy, you are good enough. And so I see this, this is for the whole collective, for the whole planet. What we need to know is that, there are oppressors, there are things and energies that want to hold us down. And as we break free of that, it's opportunity to rescript our childhood, to heal the child within, and come into the king, the sovereign, the queen, and to live in the world like a child, free and happy. And I mentioned that movie that is out now that's helping to expose what's being done to innocence on this planet, and how it's not really going to be tolerated much longer. And my hope is that those that are helping to expose it don't take the power into their own hands and start saying all the other things we need to stop too, because that's not any one group's responsibility. It's a collective thing, a collective experience we want to have on this planet, where everyone is heard and acknowledged, and not turned into bad people. Because that's what I feel is one of the biggest hindrances on this planet, is this is good, that's bad, those people are good, those people are bad, they need to be punished. And I'm tired of that, honestly. I mean, let's set boundaries, and let's correct whatever's going on from a place of love, and like the machete in a 2-year-old's hand. Let's be like, okay, you probably shouldn't have that. I'm sorry, it's upsetting, but we can't tolerate that, and not going too far with regulating everything. So that's what I'm getting. And my hope really for the future is everyone is sovereign beings, and everyone is free to be like a child and feel safe in the world, enjoy their lives. Hey, truth be told, aloha, welcome.
Okay, thank you. I didn't realize my mic was off. I was saying aloha also. But yeah, I love these 2 cards that we got. We actually got one that says completion, 4 of Wands. Actually looks like the Wheel of Fortune.
Nice.
And we got one, 4 of Pentacles, 2 4s, 4 4, and this one says power. So I love it, because you have 4 of Pentacles and 4 of Wands. We're in a really stable place. We're poised for success. Something's completing. We're ready to move forward toward our next goals. We're integrating the past life lessons, even in this life, not just past lives, all past experiences in this current life. And the spread that they gave me, which I'm going to just speak like the vegans, the spread that the vegans gave me is all reversed. All of it is reversed, because what they're trying to say is it's time to go within and reflect on how we've given our power away, what it taught us, the valuable lessons, where we still have some attachments in that way, or energy leaks, or attachments to who we used to be, even through it, and how it was holding us in a certain place we're ready to shed, unlock ourselves from, so that we can move forward into that new adventure. And this is just the time where we go within and we get some new puzzle pieces, and it comes to culmination so that we can move forward and start working towards something new for ourselves. So that's what I got from the tarot deck. I was going to pull some guidance cards from the Galactics, but if you want to go, Jason.
No, if you're feeling it, go ahead. I'll get this deck set up that I was going to pull a card from.
Let's use Lisa's deck. Let's see. It's called Connection to the Cosmos. And she has some fun cards in here. Let's see what comes out. We got love. And there's that blue heart, blue for healing.
Syrians.
And we got ripple effect.
I love that. God, what a great combo.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, you know how they say when we work on our own shadow, we're healing our ancestry? Feels like that.
Yeah. Yeah. As the sun radiating out, right? That energy. That's where it all started. And so that's the same with like witnessing everything and choosing love, and it starts to shift everything around us. You know, it's like I was believing there was evil in the world, therefore I saw it. Therefore I experienced it. Therefore I perpetuated it, not even really knowing that.
Yeah. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But
oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I can keep pulling, or feel free. Okay, I'm just gonna keep shuffling.
Yeah, I'll pull one of the 4 hexa. And so this deck was gifted to me by a friend that lives up in Washington State. Oh, this is kind of backwards. And it's very like elemental, nature, kingdom. And 4 hexa means like spells in Sweden. And so it's interesting, I'd be drawn to pull that deck, but I believe that's what we've been under, is these spells, these ideas, these beliefs that we hold to be true, and therefore we experience a reality based on that. But at any point we can come into our own inner sourced energy and look out and see things differently to, in a sense, reprogram ourselves from that place of feeling the oneness and noticing what is no longer congruent with that. And with that feeling, it starts to reprogram the subconscious, and then new thoughts, new ideas are offered, and old things can fall away. So the card I'm getting, Elder of Earth. And you can see she's got like horns and stuff. She's like a nature spirit, and you see the white energy rising up, the white light. And these cards always bring up some like energy for me, like my old programming of like Christianity and other things where this is evil, this is bad because there's horns and there's eyeballs and it's kind of dark. Yeah, and then there's the flowers and other things. And so let me read on this, what this represents. Because it's probably not a deck I would have bought, but it was gifted to me. And so it's like, okay, I got to work with this energy and break through this old programming of what a thing is. And actually, if you want to go ahead and go, I'll read about it once I find it. It might take me a little while.
Okay, yeah. It's interesting because we've got standstill. Like we just kept confirmations of this energy, but it's a crane standing in a swamp. And we've got trust. And both of these cards have this very calm they have this very calm body of water, but there's a deep presence within both of these energies being presented on these cards. Like there's this deep observance happening. And there's not a whole lot of clarity in either of the cards. The pictures are full, in the standstill card, there's a swamp and there's tree leaves hanging down. And then in the moonlight and the trust card, there's the moon and the stars and clouds. And, so it's like and this came up yesterday in the reading, it's like if you're feeling fogged in, allow it to be like a insular sort of feeling that pulls you inward to connect internally with what you need to source, to retrieve the messages you need from there instead of reaching outward, because externally there's not a ton of clarity. And that kind of feels like that too.
Especially nowadays, yeah.
Yeah.
The internet's a good example. You used to be able, you can get on the internet and dig up and find some interesting stuff. Now it's just like, it's hard to discern it anymore. There's so much, and so much of it's conflicting. So.
Yeah, I think the most empowering thing I've ever done for myself is just get really clear on what I was seeing. Because I think there was so much confusion had because of my wounding or my perceived wounding. It was making everything else really hard to see clearly. And then when I finally started integrating these pieces of myself, then I started clearing my lens, and then I knew what I was looking at.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to pull from this deck, because the card looks rather intense, but then when you read about it, under the ground, the elder of the earth works its magic, and out from its hands, nourishing roots extend, connecting all living plant life on the earth. It is the elder's energy that promotes growth and encourages a solid foundation of support. The elder of earth is not a passive, no. This is a creature actively engaged in the planet's success. Where roots are thin, where growth is lacking, this powerful fairy being brings everything it can muster to assist. The elder's knowledge of the land is vast, and whether it be a mighty redwood tree or a frost-bitten crocus in need, it will be there ready to help. The elder of earth offers reliable, supportive energy that is not afraid of stepping into the role of philanthropist. The elder asks that you focus your energy less on what is lacking and more on how you build it up. Sure, there may be some missing pieces or gaps, but you have what it takes to fill those in. When you are generous with your resources, you expand your potential and new opportunities have a chance to grow. When our attention solely focuses on everything we lack, we create a block that prevents abundance or financial gains. In adversity, the elder of earth finds opportunities for greater success. During the reading, the elder of earth may appear as someone who will enter your life as a source of financial support or a situation that bestows a generous gift. Be aware of the energy you project at this time. Are you attracting or resisting help? Wow, this is like exactly all the stuff we were talking about. The elder of earth may also signal that it is your time to help someone in need. When you share your resources without restrictions or expectations for a return, your vibration rises and sends a message to the universe that you are capable of allowing abundance to flow to you and through you. And that's like aloha. Is like aloha just does like love. You just give. You don't want anything back. You give because you want to, and more just naturally will come from that energy. And even like the story I mentioned about Set in ancient Egypt, how he was focused on what he didn't have and what was owed to him and everything that was wrong in his life rather than what was good, so he could see and experience more. And yeah, that's cool. I don't know how that landed on you, Deepa.
Yeah, I know, that was perfect. Actually, we got Isis too.
Oh, very awesome.
Yeah, and it actually says that exact thing: Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. Yeah, I wanna feel into that for a minute. Let me see. There's something about grounded action that is so very healing. because it's like a way to come back to yourself. You know, if you're taking action on things that aren't ready, or you're trying to speed ahead and skip steps, there's some part of you that's sort of displaced or externalized, whereas you're only interested in what you know is right for that very moment, that very next best step. To me, that's like grounded action, and that's an acknowledgement of where you are right now. You're literally saying, okay, this is where I'm at, and this is where I need to step from. Instead of feeling like it's okay to skip steps and move ahead just to feel like I'm getting to the goal that much quicker, or because I'm feeling impatient, or because I'm wanting more right now, or my ego is wanting more. So I feel like that anchoring energy and the grounded action can be really healing.
Yeah, that's where all healing happens. Everything happens, right? Is in the now moment when we're grounded and present. And if we're going into the future, that's not the present. That's the ego. That's the mind. And yeah, and it's so interesting because a person can think they're present and in the now moment, but we're really not a lot of times. And it's, yeah, because I can feel I'm not fully present right now. I can feel there is a level of presence, but there's a part of me that's like, oh, what do I talk about next? And that is a part of me that's like, oh, I feel all this excitement and this energy. And that's why I just close my eyes and just breathe for a little while to slow down and ground. And so I agree, absolutely. That's, I think, going to be crucial for everyone, is for us to like use our practice of how we come present and grounding, especially like barefoot on the earth. The earthing is super helpful. And that ha breath, that just everything falls down and falls away, and the embrace of the mother, of the very gravity, letting us let go of what no longer serves, the density, the tightness, the tension, and the smile and the new. And let go. Because me, it's always right in the gut, right in the belly. So much tightness.
Yeah, it feels like when we do that, we just like so easily slip into the realization that there's nowhere to go. You know, and that we're comfortable being right here, right now.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, it's like feels better to be right here, right now when we open up like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to get that where I'd have so much anxiety about something I was going to go do, because I had, basically what they call social anxiety, where I was avoiding people. I didn't want to be around people. And a lot of it was I was avoiding myself. I didn't want to feel what I felt in relation to others and all that. And I had to come to terms with it. But it was like there'd be so much anxiety, so much projection into the future, that when I just like would meditate, it was such a relief. It was like, oh my God, I'm here right now. Nothing bad is happening. I don't know what's going to happen next, but like right now, everything's great. It's just, it's amazing. It's wonderful. And we can live like that. And truth be told, said, yes, the earth is full of healing energies. Yeah. We can like tap into it and dance with it. We don't have to draw and suck it dry and, it's like blending and flowing with it. And then more is there for everyone. And we have everything we need here. The ocean, the mountains, the grass, the trees, the birds that are singing their heart out every morning and every evening. I don't know if there's anywhere on the planet there's not birds, like maybe in Antarctica, where it's really cold. But like even in war, I think there would be times when you would still hear the birds, like when the fighting stopped and the bombing was over, there would still be maybe birds around, and it would be like a reminder. Yeah, so the grass is amazing. As a little boy, I loved playing in it. messing up school clothes, itching, but it felt good. Absolutely. I remember rolling down grass hills. That was my favorite.
Yeah, even to this day, my mom has a hill behind her house, and we all get in these sleds that are for snow, but it's not snowing, and you can still like take these little circle sleds like straight down the hill. It's so fun, but it's like fast. So a couple times I like took the girls, and I was the one wimping out.
Yeah.
Squirrels are amazing. If you ever get a chance to watch squirrels, I mean, what the heck? I've seen some do like backflips off of trees over and over again, like little circus animals. It's crazy. Squirrels are really neat. The earth is cool. Our school is cool.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing here.
Okay, so do you feel complete on our collective reading, or do you want to pull anything else before we go?
I feel pretty good. Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens next. Like, I feel like there is going to be a lot of opportunities to ground and be centered with whatever emotion comes up, whatever revealing comes up. Yeah, I've been tracking this Jamie Foxx situation too. I've been kind of aware of it for a while, and I was like, what's going on? What's going on with that? It seems really confusing. Like, what is even going on? And more, it's like, I think something might come out about that soon, about what he's been experiencing. And it's just something's weird there. Yeah. And I love Ice Cube. He's going out and like doing his own thing and talking about, he's been such a great teacher when I was younger, to listen to the music and hear what he was saying and be like, wow, I had no idea. And now here he is again, man, just like leading the charge and like talking about gatekeepers and people that are, just trying to control a little too much. And it's like, let us do our thing. Let us enjoy this planet and have fun and, give people what they want. So I'm excited about the future, and I think it's going to bring up some stuff that's challenging, but ultimately it's going to lead us to somewhere that's helpful for everyone, not just a select few.
Yeah, actually, on that note, if you guys have any galactic family ancestry, starseed experiences you want to share, definitely put them in the comments below. And the next show, we can talk about it together. By the way, it will not be next Thursday. We're going to cancel that day because of family arrangement. But the following week, we'll be back on. We have 2 shows left. So let's see. Integration of ancient memory will be our next show. And I think that would go great with some stories about star families and any remembering of memories you're having. It would be really cool to share. So if you guys want to chime in, feel free.
Yeah. Truth be told was talking about Jamie as well. And that from being someone who being willing to be on camera and talk to just be distant and silent now, it definitely doesn't add up. Like, he's not camera shy. He's not gonna have difficulty with that. So I'd love it for us all to send some love to him and his family and everyone involved, that the highest outcome comes out where there's healing and wholeness. So, and thank you all for tuning in, and please share your stories with us. And I love that Truth Be Told was here, Brian was here, Jacqueline was here, that we had more of a discussion and interaction. So I'd love that, and see what this evolves into as we evolve together. Right, Deepa?
That's right. Let's continue on, and we will see you in a couple weeks, everybody. Thank you so much, and aloha.
Aloha.